everyone, and welcome back. My name is Daniela from Daniela's Styling Company, and today we are going to be talking about my DIY bridal shower. I'm super excited to share you guys all of my decorating and styling for my bridal shower. It was definitely a memorable event and something that I absolutely was happy that I did. It definitely was a lot of work, but totally recommend it, especially if you're someone that wants to do a very crafty DIY event. This is like full-blown DIY for sure. I love how all of the different elements came together in my bridal shower. I had the different stations as well as the different areas. I'll be talking a little bit about how I set it up, my decoration pieces, all that fun stuff. So stay tuned and check it out. So for my bridal shower, I really wanted an open concept. I wanted something outdoors. I wanted to feel very earthy. So finding a venue was a bit of a challenge just because I knew for a fact that I didn't want to do a restaurant. No restaurant here, at least in Miami, was going to be large enough or have an outdoor seating area that would fit all of my needs. So definitely I had to outsource my venue. Now I got really fortunate to find a ranch and I was able to do it there. They actually host events there as well, and they also board horses. So it was really nice because I got to see all the horses throughout the event, and they kind of like would take them out to the corrals to run around and stuff. So it was really, really cute. Definitely look around in your area to see what types of big ranches and things like that you have. If I had a backyard space, I would totally do a backyard. I just don't have one, so that's why I had to find a venue. The great thing about the ranch was that it was a plain canvas and I could decorate it however I wanted. They actually provided the tables and chairs for me, which was a great big help because that's another thing that could rank up the cost of your event. As far as food, for food I had tacos. I love tacos as well, so I had to have my taco bar. Appetizers, I decided to go for more a charcuterie style. I had different meats and cheeses. I had pastelitos, of course. In Miami, if you don't have pastelitos at your event, people aren't gonna show up. The other thing I also did as well too was that I had a mimosa bar. I love mimosas, so I had to have my mimosa bar. I had the different types of juices. I had the champagnes there. I tried to make the ice with the flowers in it too, but the ice melted, so the flowers were just kind of floating around in the champagne bucket. It still looked really cute. Definitely the biggest hit was the mimosa bar. Everybody loved that thing. It was one of those that was different. People got to mix in different types of drinks. I had everything from pineapple to orange to passion fruit mango. So different types of juices I had there too, so people can mix it up and not just have orange juice style mimosas. Now let's get to decorations, my favorite part. So for decorations, I really wanted a bohemian style theme. I was looking at flower crowns and just pastel pinks and cream colors, you name it. I definitely wanted pampas grass. That was another thing. Very difficult to find in Miami back in the day. Now pampas grass is everywhere, so you don't have to worry about it. When I was looking for pampas grass, it was like $40 for 3 stems. Luckily, I was able to find a wholesale flower market that actually had pampas grass, so I was super excited when I found that because back in the day, like I said, it was just a year ago actually. It was very, very difficult to find pampas grass. So I knew one of the other things I wanted also too was a teepee photo booth area. So this is very, very, very bohemian, so I had to have one. Of course, I found one on Amazon because Amazon has everything. So I was able to decorate my teepee area there, and the guests really loved to be able to take photos there. I got to take a bunch of photos with people, so it was really nice to have one designated area for photos. So now I knew like my bohemian theme, I kind of started brainstorming as to what I wanted to do, and I knew for sure I wanted 3 DIY stations. Now my DIY stations changed over time. The first idea I had was to do a dirt pot dessert, but that didn't go through because I was afraid that people were just gonna get a little too messy. So in the end, I decided to go for a flower crown station, a henna tattoo station, as well as a dream catcher station. So with those 3 stations, the guests kind of had the experience of being able to do a little bit of arts and crafts, kind of be distracted instead of having to sit there waiting for their meal time. So it was definitely a good experience for the guests as well too, and I loved how everybody would do their different things, so it made me very happy to see that they were enjoying their time. Now when it came to my craft stations were probably the hardest thing to put together. It required a lot of detail, and to top it off, it required a bulk amount of things for each of the guests. Now for the dream catcher station, I had all of my dream catchers on a bulletin board. I actually made those from scratch. I used some suede material to loop around the rings, as well as I used dollies in combination with regular thread to make the inside of the dream catcher. Now I completely left the decorating part to the guest when it came to what hung from the dream catcher. So I had different types of ribbon, I had beads, I had feathers. That way they can dress up their dream catcher however they wanted. For my henna tattoo station, I actually wanted to hire a henna artist, but it was gonna be a little bit on the pricier side, so I decided to get creative and really brainstorm how I can make that a possibility. And I actually came across these tattoos on Amazon. They had in gold and in white, because specifically I wanted white henna, which is really hard to come by. So I found these tattoos and I was like, that's it, that's all I need to do. Super simple. So I definitely recommend the henna station if you want something very, very simple. You're just gonna have to put on your table a bowl with a washcloth, and then I put a tray with all of the henna tattoos there. The other really easy thing was the flower crown station. Now the hardest thing honestly was to make the stands that the actual flower crowns were going to be placed on, but aside from that, super easy. I found this green leaf wire from Amazon and it basically was ready to go. All I had to make sure was that it was roughly around the size of someone's head, and then I attached some ribbon onto the end so that way they were able to tie their flower crowns together. I basically got real flowers. I had a couple of fake flowers for whoever wanted the fake flowers, but most of the flowers were real. The other thing that you also have to consider for your flower crown station is that you need pliers, you need wiring, tape, so that way the guest can put their flower crowns together. That was something that I had like in little bins with everything ready to go, so that way they wouldn't have to be ripping apart the flowers from their stems. I would say definitely the hardest one was the dream catcher station, because I had to make the dream catchers from scratch, and just finding all those supplies and materials and different textures and stuff like that was a little bit more work in comparison to the other two. Now for the main dining table. For the main dining table, I wanted a long farmhouse style table. So I knew I wanted a long chiffon runner, and I definitely wanted to incorporate different elements. I didn't want the same styles of centerpieces. I had a couple of pieces of driftwood there with some orchids. I had as well these white ceramic looking geometric vases with some pampas grass on there and some pink accent flowers. And then I had little pink bud vases in between as well, just to kind of break it up and make it seem all different versus being one cohesive look. In the end, I love how that table came out just because it was exactly what I envisioned. I really wanted the bud vases as well as like bigger centerpieces with pampas grass to kind of tie in all of the different areas together. Now the main table was the other area that I had to create a couple of different things. The main thing that I created for that table was the copper pipe stand. It was actually very easy to make. I got most of my supplies from Home Depot. The hardest thing was figuring out more or less the sizing, just because I didn't know what size the table was, but it ended up fitting perfectly. I do recommend though, if it's a windy day, you're going to need something to hold down that copper pipe stand, because the wind will just completely knock it off. And I did dress it up as well with a macrame backdrop, and it fit perfectly, and it was just such a cute enhancement to it. I really wanted one big macrame element to be a part of the bridal shower, so it was the perfect area to put it, and it was going to be the backdrop for my cake. And on that cake table, I pretty much just put pictures. I put these little dessert cups as well too that I wanted to look like little flowers. So I had my banana pudding one as well as my chocolate mousse, which I absolutely loved, and I thought that they were really cute. I actually got the molding for the little flowers and cactuses from Hobby Lobby. I didn't even have to use food coloring. The chocolate melts came in those colors, so it was perfect. Now the signage for the bridal shower was another big thing I wanted to focus on. The big main one that said Daniela's bridal shower, that one I got off of Etsy, and then I had it printed at my local printing store. And then the signage for the different stations, I actually created those myself. On top of the dream catcher that my guests could take home, as well as their acrylic sign, I also gave out little favors like this. Basically, I just got little test tubes and I put some bath salts in them with some dried roses, and then just tied a little thank you note on it. So something really simple and cute, but it was just a little extra gift for my guests to take home. Now for the bridal shower game prizes, I actually got these really cute mason jars, and I basically stuffed them with makeup minis, and I thought it was so cute and so different in comparison to your traditional lotions and gels. As far as the games, I also kind of modified those games a little bit. I had bingo, I had a raffle, I had a scratch off, which I totally recommend the scratch off. It was really, really cute. Then I had another one where you had to go hunting for the groom. You had to find him. Then I had a Disney matching song because I love Disney, so I had to have a Disney game involved in my bridal shower. The bridal shower was definitely a really good practice run for my wedding. My wedding was even more decorations, even more things. It was a lot of work, but definitely the bridal shower helped me get ready for it. I actually incorporated more elements of organization into my wedding because of my bridal shower. And just to show you guys what I mean by organization, this was my paper that I had for my bridal shower, and this is nowhere near what I had for my wedding. So definitely you're gonna want to keep very, very organized, especially when you have so many little things as part of your stations. For example, you're gonna want to make sure that you keep everything, because the last thing you want to forget is the scissors, for example, or the tape that you were supposed to bring. So having a checklist of everything that you need definitely helps you out and keeps you organized and makes sure that you don't forget anything that day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that this video inspired you for your own DIY event. Now, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as well as hit that subscribe button down below so that way you don't miss any future content coming to this channel. I will be doing weekly uploads, so stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be my office/craft room tour. I'm super excited to show you guys how everything finally came together. So stay tuned to check that out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!